See, many people, they call upon me, they ask me, Ricky, my first marriage failed. Will my second marriage be better than the previous one? Or my spouse passed away, will I ever find love once again in life? Or is there really a separate house that shows a second marriage through astrology? Today, I will decode the complete truth about divorce, remarriage, and whether your second marriage will be successful or no. All through Vedic astrology without fear and without superstitions.
I am Ricky Chadha, a dedicated Vedic astrologer with years of experience that I hold behind in decoding the mysteries of your birth chart, planetary alignments, karmic patterns, and spiritual destiny.
And let me start my video with one statement that marriage is one of the most karmic event in a person's life. Sometimes the first marriage doesn't work out because of incompatibility, emotional disconnect, karmic completion, or in unfortunate cases, the loss of the partner. As an astrologer, and based on my experience, my experience of more than 2 decades, I, Ricky Chadha, believe that astrology is not here to judge someone's past. It's here to give you a clarity, to remove fear, and to show you the right direction. And if that is the case, let us understand today which house shows a second marriage. Why does the first marriage fail? And then how to judge if the second marriage will work or even that is going to fail? What combination strengthen or weakens remarriage? Or let's break it down step by step. And here it is, the first part. First part says the first marriage is looked from the seventh house. The seventh house is always the house of the first marriage and the primary life partner. The astrologer will check the seventh house lord. Then we have to check the karaka of marriage, that is, which planet actually is a significator of marriage, that is Venus for a male's horoscope. Venus is the wife, and Jupiter for a woman as a natural significator. Then we go on D9 chart called as Navamsa chart or Navamsa chart. The first marriage may break due to reasons like, see, strong malefic when they are influencing the seventh house, marriage can break. Then the second reason is afflicted seventh lord. Then weak D9 chart, or you are running unfavorable Mahadasha. Next is lack of compatibility that you check through matchmaking, or simply the karmic bond completing with the person. Astrology never blames one person. Both the charts carry karmic contracts. Now look at the second part. Which house shows second marriage? This is very interesting. The second marriage, the house of the second marriage is your ninth house because it is third from the seventh. Now, because the ninth house is the third from the seventh, and in astrology, the third house from any house is its secondary or repeated event. Seventh house is equal to first marriage. So I'm just trying to give you this. The seventh house is the first marriage, ninth house is the second marriage, 11th house is the third marriage. Even this is possible, I've seen. Then come back to Lagna. That's the fourth marriage. So for second marriage, you always check the ninth house. Once you check the ninth house, you get a clear picture of second marriage. So what you will check? The ninth house Lord, Venus and Jupiter. Again, it has to be checked because these are the significator of marriage. Then check Navamsa D9 chart. Check which is the dasha and what are the transits happening when you are thinking of getting married for the second time. If the ninth house is strong and well aspected, remarriage becomes smoother and the partner comes into your life with less resistance. But if the ninth house or its lord is afflicted, the person may hesitate. I'm talking about the person who's thinking of getting married again, will hesitate, or there would be delay in remarriage, or will enter into a very challenging second marriage. So, first marriage was a disaster, second marriage also is a challenge. Now, come to the third part. Let us deal with divorce versus death. Now, there are two ways that the couple can separate. Either it's a divorce, separation, or it could be a death. How astrology sees it. A marriage ends by divorce, we will check strong affliction to the seventh house. We will check Saturn plus Rahu plus Mars influence on the seventh house. Then we will check whether Navamsa, that's a D9 chart, if it is weak, then also there could be a divorce. Dasha of a separative planet, planets which normally are called as separation planet. Which are those? Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, and Mars. After a divorce, the chart often goes through a healing cycle. Now let us deal with the second marriage is happening because the first marriage broke due to the death of the spouse. In the previous, I told you they separated because of divorce. Now, the second marriage is after death of the spouse. In cases of widowhood or widowerhood, always check the eighth house. And the eighth house lord are involved into it. Unexpected karmic events seal the chapter of the first marriage. Remarriage is usually seen through a strong ninth house. I told you, seventh house is the first marriage, second marriage is the ninth house. In these cases, the second marriage often comes as a karmic blessing if the ninth house is strong. This is something that you have to keep in mind. Now, let us come to the fourth part. Will the second marriage work out or it will not work? So, then what is the answer? This is the heart of the video today. And the question people always fear the most. To judge the success of the second marriage, always look at the following pillars. I'm naming it as pillars. And I will be going a bit slow so you understand what are the pillars that I'm talking about. Number one, the condition of the ninth house. This is the first, just to know whether the second marriage will be successful or it will not. The strong ninth house indicates a stable second marriage. It indicates a partner with maturity. It indicates better emotional connection and higher compatibility. It also indicates a more spiritual or destiny driven relationship. This is all about whether the marriage will be successful or no. Now, if the ninth house is afflicted, what will happen? If it is afflicted, repeating patterns can be seen. That means the second marriage also will have the same pattern coming back. There would be trust issues. There would be emotional instability. Delays or hesitation will take place. There would be lack of understanding between the couple. The ninth house or ninth lord is afflicted. So whether the second marriage will be successful or no depends upon the ninth house and the affliction. Now coming to the second pillar, the strength of the ninth lord. Ninth house we have spoken. Now ninth lord, the planet that rules the ninth house is called the lord. If the ninth house lord is in the Kendra, that is 1, 4, 7, and 10, or it is in Trikon 1, 5, 9, very positive for remarriage. If there is conjunction benefic, that means the ninth lord is into conjunction with a benefic planet, stable partner. If the ninth lord is strong in the Navamsa D9 chart, good second marriage. If the ninth lord is retrograde, remarriage after deep life lessons. If the ninth lord is debilitated or it is combust, second marriage may require maturity and conscious efforts. Look at the Navamsa chart, that is called the D9 chart. This is the soul level chart of marriage. For a successful second marriage, the Lagna of D9 should not be afflicted. In the D9 chart, the seventh lord of the D9 chart must be strong. Venus should not be under heavy malefic influence, again in the Navamsa. Benefics must influence the seventh house or Lagna of the D9 chart. If the D9 is weak, even a strong ninth house in the D1 chart can give you struggle. Now, coming to the fourth pillar, current dasha and current antardasha is going to have a role to play over here. Marriage is activated when Venus dasha or antardasha, Jupiter dasha, antardasha, seventh lord dasha, antardasha, ninth lord dasha or antardasha, mahadasha with benefic influence. If someone enters the second marriage during the dasha of Rahu, Ketu, Saturn is heavily afflicted, or dasha of Mars, if it is aspecting the seventh or the ninth house, the person getting married need to be more cautious, more patient, and more emotional aware, because during the dasha of these planets, there could again be a pattern, again be a mistake. So you have to be careful. Now, after spoken about dasha, now come the transit. This is called gochar. The transit of Jupiter and Saturn. These are the two planets which moves very slowly, and their dashas last for a longer period of time. These two major karmic givers decide marriage timing. Jupiter, if it is crossing, it is going over seventh house, ninth house, or the 11th house, will often bring a remarriage. See, Saturn completing Sadhasati or moving to a favorable house will stabilize relationship. Many people have seen getting married or remarried during Sadhasati period. Then Jupiter's blessing plus Saturn's support. This is needed. Strongest combination for a successful second marriage. Now coming to the fifth pillar, repeating karma versus healed karma. See, I'm explaining to you. Whether are you going to repeat the karma or you have healed your karma. This is also very important. Sometimes the first marriage fails because the karmic bond between the husband and wife ended. You were not meant to continue with that soul for a longer period of time. You needed emotional maturity. You had to evolve spiritually. So the first marriage broke. The second marriage succeeds. The first marriage is broken, no? The second marriage will succeed when you break the old pattern. So you always learn a lesson from the first marriage if it is broken. So you don't repeat the old pattern. You choose wisely. Your dasha supports you. The second marriage is successful if the dasha supports you. You marry with awareness, not pressure. Your ninth house activates with benefic influence. These are the points that, my friends, I am sharing with you today because many people have been asking me this question about second marriage. Will the pattern repeat, or have I karmically been successful? The chart doesn't guarantee divorce or remarriage. The chart means the horoscope. Your karma, your choices, and your awareness will shape your destiny. Astrology only can guide you or guides the timing and the energy around these events. Now, part 6, practical examples that I'm giving you. And my friends, listen to these examples. These are very important examples. And you must share this with your family, friends. Like, for example, I'm giving you example number one, successful second marriage. Weak seventh house. That is why you are getting married again. The seventh lord with Rahu. D9 afflicted. First marriage ended in a divorce. It happened later with the same person. Jupiter Mahadasha begins. Ninth lord becomes strong by transit. Second marriage becomes harmonious and lasting as well. So you understand what happened in the first marriage and how the second marriage took place. Now, example number 2, there are challenges in the second marriage now. First marriage was a challenge, it broke down, but now second marriage challenges. Why? Ninth house is afflicted by malefic. Ninth lord is debilitated. Marriage the marriage was done in the Mars and Rahu period, Mahadasha, Antardasha. Repeated patterns of conflict, lack of emotional healing before remarriage. As I told you, after the first marriage takes some time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years for it to get healed. That's very important. Now, you may ask me what is the guidance or what is the remedy. And when I talk about remedy, I always say non commercial. My remedies do not put you into any spending, no money and all that. Okay. If not required, don't even wear a gemstone for everything. Okay. Sometime what you just need to do is healing from the past trauma. My guidance, just heal yourself from the past trauma. Conscious communication, emotional maturity. These are the traits you have to bring in your life. Conscious communication, emotional maturity, choosing a partner of the right for the right reason, entering marriage during a supportive mahadasha or antardasha. These are the remedies that you can do for your second marriage to be successful. And I will also share with you some simple Vedic remedies. Very simple. No money to be spent. Just respecting your elders and gurus. That is the ninth house activation. Maintaining truthfulness in relationship. It will strengthen your Jupiter. Practice meditation or mantra chanting and serving the underprivileged. People who are underprivileged, just serve them. Avoid any type of ego clashes. That is something which spoils the marriage. understanding each other's chart before entering into a marriage. And here I wish to even talk to people who just does the matchmaking, and they say, oh, he's calm, he's manglik, she's non-manglik, this thing. It doesn't happen like that. No, these strengthen the energy of the second marriage naturally if you do these remedies. What is the conclusion? The conclusion is very simple. A second marriage is not failure, which people always normally think, and they are very fearful. It's a new karmic chapter. Understand that. So, second marriage is not a failure, it's a new karmic chapter. Astrology will show why the first marriage ended and whether the second marriage will be more harmonious or no. Have to understand this. When the right time is coming, you will come to know by transit, I mean Gochar, Mahadasha, Antardasha, and what you must learn before entering into it. You know better why the first marriage broke. You know better what was the reason. Okay. So, my friends, the key word or the key to whatever I have said is just check the seventh house for the first marriage, check the ninth house for the second marriage, and if at all, if it's a third marriage, 11th house to be checked. Study the Navamsa, the chart very carefully. Enter the marriage during the right dasha, antardasha, and the right transit of planets. And most importantly, heal yourself before you begin your life again. I mean, you're getting married again. So, my friends, this is Ricky Chadha trying to help you understand life with clarity, not fear at all. I don't believe in creating fear in anyone. Astrology is simple, very pious, very divine. Okay. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you so much.